So now I'm dealing with the third word of my title, myth, or the reproduction of myth. I have to go back. Now that I show you some Bali in the 30s. Nowadays, if you go to Bali, it's very likely that you would see Kecak dance, a very popular tourist attraction. Here is, you could see the circle, was the Kecak dance, and all these tourists, local and international, are watching it. Like the Kecak dance, even if people don't know, they would see as a traditional dance based on rituals. But then, if you just browse the Google and you know that Kecak was actually a new invention. Kecak is a chanting all male, like 50 up to 100 can be more male dancer chanting, chak, 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 chak. So it's monotonous. It was part of a ritual dance, but then it was not in the form now. So it's actually a collaboration between Walter Spies and a Balinese dancer, Iwan Limbak, and one theory also said also the influence of Catherine Merchant is an American dancer and ballet producer for Hollywood production, who also lived in Bali for 9 years during that time. So the post-war changed the political constellation, but it seems that the desire and red race among nations to continue the modernity progress seems to be unabated. The Cold War was marked by events such as the New York World Fair in the 1960s. For example, one of the most influential, I think, is the edition of 1964-65. For Indonesia, I haven't looked at other things, but I'm sure there will be. The dance again became central in this constellation. Now it's not the colony, the colony, but the pavilion represent the new nations. And what about now, the 21st century? After the Cold War, that was kind of dismantled. So we moved to expos, because I think like Expo 1970 in Osaka was also important for Indonesian dance, for example. And the latest that we've seen is in 2010. You could see the China, it took place in Shanghai, and you could see the China pavilion. Looks like a spaceship to me. And although colloquially known as Chungguo Gojia Guant, or Oriental crown. So the Oriental comes back in a spaceship-like building or monument. And this building became an art museum, I think, 2 years after, in 2012. So dance have been presented up and against this, background, the modernity projects, the colonial modernity, the post-war modernity, and now post-modernity. I don't know, but so we look at these three monuments as a kind of symbol for projecting the modernity project, where dances were part of this projection, as they have been staged up and against these images. And for example, like in Shanghai Expo, the last Shanghai Expo, Indonesia staged a kind of like mass dance. So it became, the spectacularity became important, to stage spectacle. And all that comes out from this research is a list of questions that I try to address in what I call three-pronged approach curatorial, by engaging the gaze project myth, the three keywords, with those mentioned trajectories. And so it's a interconnected intervention by commissioning two choreographers to to create a solo responding to this Orientalism. and also to stage an exhibition, and to start to do a symposium that consisted of 2 small workshops with a group of scholars.